तुम छुपा ना सकोगे मैं वो राज हूँ, तुम भुला ना सकोगे वो अंदाज हूँ। गूंजता हूँ जो दिल मैं तो हैरान हूँ क्यों, मैं तुम्हारे ही दिल की तो आवाज हूँ। सुन सको तो सुनो धड़कनों की ज़बां, मैं यहाँ हूँ, यहाँ हूँ, यहाँ हूँ, यहाँ। जानम देख लो मिट गई दूरियां, मैं यहाँ हूँ, यहाँ हूँ, यहाँ हूँ, यहाँ। There are few songs, there are few people, there are few incidences which either tears us apart into several pieces, or it could be something or someone which just puts us into a wholesome peace. What do I call this? Um, oh boy, I'm not getting philosophical over here. Um, that's a little hard for me to. But yes, there is definitely some bit of a philosophical element in whatever we do. Um, be it the mathematical one or be it the scientific one, be it anything that you see. You talk about atoms or molecules or compounds or, well, I'm not getting into organic chemistry or inorganic chemistry too. Neither am I going to talk about how does alpha and the beta glucose vary and how does an hydroxyl position vary in, oh, did I say that? Can't help. Thanks to my chemistry lessons, which I'm unable to forget at any point in my life. Might be I might forget few formulas, but I definitely remember the end, or what do you call it, as output or the end product. How is that we remember few things and there are few things we don't want to think about. There are few people who don't, whom we don't even want to uh, think about even for a fraction of a second. Um, do we really connect here with this three-letter word ego, ego? Oh, Mira, how are you going to connect ego with what you were just talking? And why did you sing that song? Um, like I mentioned, there are few things which puts us into pieces, and there are few things which would tear us apart. When we listen to few songs, I don't know, and when I listen to a couple of songs, I just flow with it. Little am I worried, or little am I bothered. Too little do I care about what is happening around me, who is around me, what people are talking, or what people spoke, or what people might say. Am I being good? Am I being really good in it, uh, in terms of, delivering the output, or in terms of being that what I want to be? Ask not, I'm not going to define what. The few songs when I just listened to, it took a while for me to understand exactly. It took a while. Only when these platinum strings started dancing their songs on my head, the realization definitely kicks in. And when it does, it just does. The realization game is that we allow ourselves to be vulnerable. We allow ourselves to be in that moment. And we allow ourselves just to be there, devoid of what name we carry, devoid of what position we crave to achieve, totally devoid of the brand that we associate with, a label that we want to carry. I mean, when I started, grilling it to, uh, do I call it grilling or breaking it down at the root level, or rather reaching at the root level and understanding why I like certain songs more than anything without any expectation. There's something about a pattern of that song. As I started breaking down and knowing about the pattern, the raga, right? Any form of the music will fall into the seven swaras, or it falls into the ragas, any form of the music, I would say. When I was able to understand the pattern, when I was able to understand, I like these songs more than liking. It kind of it doesn't transport me to any other world outside. It just carries me within. It just puts me into what I am. Or like that little child when you were 5 or like between 3 to 6 or something. You just smiled for whatever you saw. You also cried something that gave you displeasure. But at the very next moment, you jumped into the current moment. You knew without knowing, I'm sorry, you did this that you used to forgive, right? As a child, whether we got scoldings or whether we didn't get what we wanted to get, but we carried a smile on our face. We jumped for no reason. Whether we were scared or loved pet. But the toy gave us that smile. That smile which really had the twinkle in our eyes. Exactly. That's exactly the feel I get when I listen to a couple of songs. In this episode, am I going to talk about how the ragas are constructed here or how the pattern is in this particular raga? No. I'm not gonna do that. But I so much love talking about it though. That particular raga, when I used to, any songs in that particular raga, when it fell into, it took a while. I don't know the song which I sang now, what raga it falls into. I'm unsure, but yes, there is a guess about the raga in my mind. I'm not sharing that. But most of the songs when I used to listen to, Neelambari is the raga. Unconsciously, I just stop by wherever I am and I just used to listen. Could be that is a raga which I relate to, a soulful connect, or just me bringing that song and raga pattern and the present moment of either feeling wholesome or just feeling shattered or thrown into bits and pieces. There is a pattern. Do I say it is a ego, ego? Just going back to what I just started with. Why is that, few people in our life, we would have just met for a few seconds, or we wouldn't have even met them. We would have just heard about them. But as and when we just listen to this person talking, we don't bother about anything what is happening around us. An automatic response, listening to that person's voice or watching that person talk, will actually um, help us be the way we are, devoid of any ego clashes, devoid of any expectation, devoid of what we are going to do. None of these thoughts come in. I call it as these are the people when we think about, we feel ourselves as a whole, despite the challenges that we faced. or despite the challenges that we might face. And that particular moment, it's just like a backwater moment or backwater feeling, you know, you just feel happy about. But there are few people whom you never want to think about. But still, thanks to our neurons, that it just, with those synapses, it just kicks the other neuron. And then you have the information coming in, you know, in front of your eyes, just like a movie. You don't want to watch that movie. You really don't want to watch that movie. But it's played for free every time, and you feel shattered. I have felt that too. Why shouldn't I say that? Right? It's just normal human, and we are normal human. It's normal for us to go through all these kind of experiences that we experience. The shattering happens for various reasons. We lost our battle, or we couldn't withstand such people, or or you felt that your energy was just getting sucked out when you were with those people. There are few people we still continue living with, or there are few people we continue dealing with. Could be anywhere. For example, even at the workspace. You wish that this person vanishes somewhere into the universe, or just jumps into what is that? The neighboring planet. But that doesn't happen. It irks the very moment we think about that person. It also gives us joy when this person takes an off someday in the office. It also gives us joy when someone says, I want to come home, and he or she cancels their plan, and we just jump out of joy. If not visibly, but we do that mental drama dance. I don't know how did I come up with this word mental drama dance. Uh, I think I should definitely think about talking about this separately too. Uh, Either it gets torn apart or it just gets stitched into a wholesome piece. Why does it happen? Like I mentioned, understanding a pattern, getting at the root level to dissect it, definitely. I mean, not to dissect when something is live, and why to dissect when something is no more. But if something is bothering us, it's important for us that our ego is torn into pieces. When our ego is torn into pieces, either we surrender or we arise like a phoenix. But what needs to be done, we are best to know, basis the situation, the people around. Ask me not, uh, why did I really think about recording this particular episode? Couple of incidences, couple of people I met this evening. It definitely have a life impacting experience. This person is like could be 20, 25 years or 20 years younger than me too. No, yeah, 25 years younger than me. But so much of love, so much of energy, passion, passionate about what she is doing. I just totally surrendered myself watching her perform. It was for a beautiful Bharatanatyam dance I went, a program. Straight 3 hours. I was just there. Just watch her from the beginning till the end. First time in my life, for 3 hours, I couldn't think of anything but for this little princess dancing in front of my eyes. I so wish I could tell her name, but it's important that I should check, right? But still, I can say this name is related to the beautiful raga in Carnatic music, which talks about endurance, which talks about patience, which talks about flow and it just flows. Raga, Sahana. So much happens when we surrender ourselves. Do we really call this a surrender? Yes, I would say we can definitely call this as a surrender. When we keep walking with a lot of questions in our mind, when we keep walking with a couple of ego factors in our mind, it's pretty natural. We all are normal human, and ego is something that we carry as a crown, consciously or unconsciously. That crown, if it is helping you to shine along, carry that. But if that crown is not letting you to be what you are, why should you even wear that crown? Is the question. Today, I really felt a crown is not a piece that would define what I am. A name is definitely important, a brand, of course, but an experience is beyond all these. And such is an impact I felt this evening for 3 hours just watching this girl perform a wonderful dance. My best wishes to her, and that's how I connect with, you know, there are so many stories that keeps unfolding in front of our eyes, around us, through people, experiences, situations. It's important for us to see what is happening around us. Take those stories that would let us grow or help us grow, and let alone those stories where you think it is just going to get saved in the form of a data bank. And if it's not going to serve any purpose, why even build a data bank with those stories which is not going to help you? It's important for us to define which story we need to develop. It's important for us to know, is a story really required? It's important for us to pause and understand what is the pattern that we have been operating out of. That pattern, is it helping us to grow? That pattern, it is not letting us to go anywhere. If so, is it really required? Breaking a pattern is neither easy nor difficult, but understanding the pattern is an important thing. As we understand, do you really want to nurture? Take a call. If you do not want to, what do you need to replace it with? You are best at deciding. And for me, yes, I am best at deciding what is required for me. I can go on and on in this podcast, but I would say ego is one thing that would tear you apart. And when it does, pause, because that pause will give us an understanding. We would reflect what we did that is making us to, get torn into pieces. I would say this is really a copy moment for me. A soulful copy connect with my own self, and thanks to each of you for always stopping by, listening, sharing your thoughts, and writing to me about what I can do next. Also, it means a lot because a guide plays a pivotal role in anyone's life, and so are you people who are listening to my show. Thank you. This is Meera here on your copy and conversation, and the song I felt, you know, um, definitely has a soulful connect. And why not add it as an end note before I could finish the show? सुन सको तो सुनो धड़कनों की सबा मैं यहाँ हूँ यहाँ हूँ यहाँ हूँ यहाँ कैसे सरहदें कैसे मजबूरियाँ मैं यहाँ हूँ यहाँ हूँ यहाँ हूँ यहाँ. Thank you. See you soon in yet another episode.